blindly repeating everything they're told. Here come the sheep. They one by one defend their lives, their souls. Beware the jackals. Beware the jackals. Killing and laughing as they count their gold. Here come the lions. Here come the lions. No longer retribution we withhold. Fire! Fire those battleship cannonballs. Lions! Bring down those gates, we need to kill them all. Fire! Long overdue to see these bastards fall. Lions! Beg for forgiveness, time to watch you crawl. Forget the dummies. Forget the dummies. Too blind to see, too dumb to speak or hear. Forget the vultures. Forget the vultures. They circle in deceit when chance appears. Beware the serpents. Beware the serpents. Hiding their plans, preying on your fears. Here come the tigers. Here come the tigers. The time to feel our eventual fight is here. Fire! Fire those cannons with no warning call. Liars! Batter the ram through the fucking walls. Fire! The ring of power crumbles once and for all. Liars! Freedom and truth must be reinstalled. The eyes are useless and the mind is blind. You cannot see what you refuse to find. We live in slavery of mind control. Reject the chains, fight to free your soul.
You may think that you can fool the world, but you won't fool me. You may think that you can rule the world, but you won't rule me.
Beware the jackals. Beware the jackals. Killing and laughing as they count their gold. The rise of lions. Rise the lions. No longer retribution will withhold. Fire! Fire those battleship cannonballs. Lions! Bring down those gates, we need to kill them all. Fire! Long overdue to see these bastards fall. Liars! Beg for forgiveness, time to watch you crawl. Fire! Shoot one by one, lined up against the wall. Liars! Pull the trigger for the curtain call. Fire! The ring of power crumbles as it falls. Liars! Freedom and truth must be reinstalled. Fire!
This song is dedicated to all the chemtrail pilots, of which my old friend was one. Hello, old friend, how long has it been? I don't think I've seen you since we were 16. Tell me, how are you? Oh, how the time flies. I heard you're a pilot now cruising the skies. It was your destiny, it was your dream. We used to play airplanes when we were 16. Tell me about all the things that you've seen in your wonderful world, in your flying machine. And he said, well, flying those planes ain't as great as it sounds. I have a story that's sure to astound. There's something quite evil that happens up there. and most of the people are so unaware. You see, I was ordered to fly and to spew a hazy white cocktail, a chemical brew. Have you ever wondered why skies are so grey? And gone are the blue skies from back in the day. Look up to the sky and ask your government why they're spraying their chemicals over your head. It's almost as though they want everyone dead. Look up, look up, look up. Look up to the sky above. The air that you breathe has been compromised. Please look up, look up, look up. Most people, they see those little white lines, assume that it's normal, assume they're benign. But nothing could be much more further from truth. Those lingering chemtrails are poisoning you. They poison the ground and they block out the sun. A chemical warfare against everyone. A toxic geoengineering campaign. Do you know of anything more inhumane? Aluminum, barium, strontium 2, ingredients found in their chemical brew. The crops getting drenched with a poisonous rain, with metals so heavy they clog up your brain, causing diseases it's so sad to mention. Neurological problems, Alzheimer's, dementia, and people get sicker and sicker. The haze in the sky just gets thicker and thicker. A dastardly crime against humanity. Big Pharma are rubbing their hands gleefully, 'cause the more that they spray, then the worse for your health. The more that they spray, then the more is their wealth. But you're all looking down and you're all unaware. Far too distracted, too busy to care. But I'll blow my whistle and I'll shout in the street until all the people just look up and see. Look up to the sky and ask your government why they're spraying their chemicals over your head. It's almost as though they want everyone dead. Look up, look up, look up. Look up to the sky above. The air that you breathe has been compromised. Please look up, look up, look up.
Well, that was the last time I saw my old friend. A tragedy happened I can't comprehend. He took his own life, or so it was said. Apparently shot himself twice in the head. My old friend was silenced for telling his tales of flying machines spewing toxic chemtrails. But his story remains about what those planes spray. And when I look in the sky, I can still hear him say,
look up to the sky and ask your government why they're spraying their chemicals over your head. It's almost as though they want everyone dead. Look up, look up, look up. Look up to the sky above. The air that you breathe has been compromised. Please look up, look up, look up.
From the day that you enter this life till the day that you die, all the undefeatable. I set you free.
Remember when I learned in school about gravity? It was so cool. I had a teacher that knew it all. She taught me how water could stick to a ball, how buildings stick to the underside of a ball that spins like a carousel ride. Man, it all sounded crazy to me, but I love learning about gravity. I couldn't wait to tell my dad about the amazing day that I had. He picked me up, I was bursting with pride. He opened up the door and I jumped inside. He smiled at me and said, "How was your day?" I said, "Dad, I was blown away. I learned about this magical thing, but it's kinda got my head in the spin. I learned about this Newton guy. When an apple fell on his head, he surmised that there must be a force that's pulling it down, and everything's being sucked to the ground. A force that sticks us all to this ball, the people, the buildings, the oceans, and all. So it was written in history. Newton had discovered gravity." Well, he just looked at me and said, "Don't believe in gravity. Don't believe in fantasy. Don't believe, 'cause the theory's all it is. It's never been proven, but they teach it to the kids." Well, my dad felt a little bit sad for me when I mentioned that word gravity. He said, "Have a little independent thought, question what you've just been taught. I mean, how the hell can a ball that spins make a force so strong that sucks everything in? Yet birds and insects fly unaffected. Gravity must be so selective. Think about it logically, 'cause that don't make no sense to me. You gotta question all those preachers preach, question all those teachers teach. You see, gravity is just a bunch of bull. That Newton guy's just a lying fool. These guys like Newton shouldn't be trusted. Their Freemasonic lies have been busted. In fact, my boy, it's density, and that's why things fall down, you see. An object always falls to the ground if it's heavier than the air that surrounds. If it's lighter than air, then it'll rise. It will keep on floating up to the skies. That's what's known as buoyancy, and that makes more sense than gravity. So let me tell you one more time, boy. Don't believe in gravity. Don't believe in fantasy. Don't believe, 'cause the theory's all it is. It's never been proven, but they teach it to the kids. He said, "I'm sorry, son, for bursting your bubble, but that kind of thinking can get you in trouble. These theories they try to put in your head, it's all just pseudoscience," he said. "They'll have you believing in all kinds of crap. That gravity nonsense belongs in the trash. Believe me when I say to you, there ain't no gravity, and that's the truth." Well, my daddy made me think that day. He made me think in a different way. I did some thinking for myself. I put that theory back on the shelf. That gravity crap is indoctrination, not truthful, trusted information. People need to wake up and see there ain't no such thing as gravity. You let me hear you sing it one more time now. Don't
never been proven, but they teach it to the kids. One more time now. Don't believe in gravity. Don't believe in fantasy. Don't believe cause a theory's all it is. It's never been proven, but they teach it to the kids.
In a far distant land where an endless mount stands, a hidden truth remains forgotten. Passed down through the years, fearsome tales balladeered, the legend of the fear of the dragon. Several hundred feet tall wings of colored castle walls, a fire-breathing beast, Armageddon, with great sharp talons it severs as it devours whoever. Its flames roast all alive in split seconds. When stories were told, they all lived in fear of the dragon. For the bounty and gold, if only one who defeated was gotten. One day a stranger arrived with a brave heart inside. He said, I will alone slay your dragon. All I need is my sword and to give me a word that my deed nor will I be forgotten. For your journey begins, you must know, said the king, if the beast sends you fear, he'll awaken. Through the dark you must tread amongst the bones of the dead, where before those whose courage forsaken. You believe I will burn, but I alone will go face the dragon. And with his heart I'll return, and then no more you'll fear your dragon. So with his blade to defend him at the lair of the beast, as he entered the darkness, almost breath and heart ceased. He untrembled his fears that stay awoke from deep sleep, the snores in the depths from the dragon. Finally he approached his gargantuan host, slowly sparkling dragon emerald eyes opened. As the majestic arose, the intruder's heart froze till the behemoth did tower above him. Stand back, beast from hell, now your reign here is fell. He said the time is for vengeance upon thee. But will accuser surprise, just a tear filled the eye as the dragon's sadness fell from him. Great sir disarmed, So into they returned, and with true story learned, now no more the world feared the dragon.
Well, let me tell you something about the space station. It's only really there in your imagination. That thing ain't real. It's science fiction. It's there to feed your space addiction. Those astronauts are not in space. It's written all over their stupid face. See, I can spot a lie from 100 miles, and I can spot a fraud from the way they smile. Didn't you learn nothing from the fake moon mission? That puppet show from President Nixon. Well, listen up, they're doing it again, it seems. Check out the harnesses and green screens. I used to work a lot in film and TV. I know a bit about the television trickery to create the illusion that you're somewhere that you're not. A green screen is what you're gonna use a lot. Or if you wear a harness and attach it to the ceiling, the illusion that you're floating is what they'll be believing. All you're watching is a puppet show, yeah, the whole world's a stage. Astronauts, they're actors, of course, and yeah, they all get paid. Look at me, ma, I'm floating in space. No, you're not, you're lying to the human race. So let me tell you something about a zero-G plane. This thing flies up and then down again. Some weird stuff happens if you're on the inside. You start to float as the plane takes a dive. Simply add an actor that's trained to deceive, and you got yourself an astronaut, or so you believe. Plane flies up and that's everyone's cue. Then action, we got some deceiving to do. Plane flies down and then everyone knows to start the ISS live show. Floating in a plane with zero-G, but you only see astronauts on your TV. All you're watching is a puppet show, yeah, the whole world's a stage. Astronauts, they're actors, of course, and yeah, they all get paid. Look at me, ma, I'm floating in space. No, you're not, you're lying to the human race. Well, another thing I noticed when I looked at these fools, they're filming spacewalks in buoyancy pools. NASA's gonna tell you that it's just for training, to practice for space station maintaining. Well, I thought about that, but if that's the case, then why the hell can I see bubbles in space? Take a hard look at the next spacewalk. Tell me if you can see bubbles at all. Open your eyes, man, I'll bet you a quarter. Those spacewalks are filmed underwater. I can see space bubbles everywhere. Hey, NASA, how the hell did those get there? All you're watching is a puppet show, yeah, the whole world's a stage. Astronauts, they're actors, of course, and yeah, they all get paid. Look at me, ma, I'm floating in space. No, you're not, you're lying to the human race. So when you see an astronaut aboard the ISS, take another look at your TV set. They're pretty good at faking, so you gotta look close. Pay some attention to the way the actor floats. If you ask me, that ain't zero gravity, but Hollywood effects that I see on my TV. Take a good look at the whole damn thing. These lying bastards are just puppets on a string. It's all a big science fiction puppet show. The game's up, nassholes, cause we all know. Thanks for the show, NASA. It's been a blast. Now take your fake station and shove it up your... All you're watching is a puppet show, yeah, the whole world's a stage. Astronauts, they're actors, of course, and yeah, they all get paid. Look at me, ma, I'm floating in space. No, you're not, you're lying to the whole human race. All you're watching is a puppet show, yeah, the whole world's a stage. Astronauts, they're just actors, of course, and yeah, they all get paid. Look Look at me, ma, I'm floating in space. No, you're not, you're lying to the whole human race, man. All you're watching is a puppet show, yeah, the whole world's a stage. Astronauts, they're actors, of course, and yeah, they all get paid. Look at me, ma, I'm floating in space. No, you're not, you're lying to the whole human race. All you're watching is a puppet show, yeah, the whole world's a stage. Astronauts, they're just actors, of course, and yeah, they all get paid. Look at me, ma.
Ashes to ashes, and dust to dust.